everybody. It is the Quantum Show. Big one tonight. Welcome, everyone in the chat, talking Galactic Federation. It is now mainstream, hence the term now mainstream. And yeah, I've got some resources. I took notes and everything, and I've got things to talk about. Stay for the panel. I'm going to be bouncing some of this information off of Keith, who is in constant contact. Well, more contact than I am. I cold called him one time, and that was it. But yeah, talking about. Let me just go ahead. Welcome everybody. Good, good, good. Sound good. Sound check good. Who we got? Alien Girl is here. Well, was here at least. Amy was here. I'm covering salt right now, a little bit of it. I'm not covering all of it like you did. Link in the description to your stream that covered a lot of the salt conference. And I'm not talking alien salt or table salt. I'm talking the salt conference. Excellent. Most excellent. Let me see here. Yeah. And okay, so Amy. Hey Amy. Hey Dorothy. Hey Tim. Raven's here. All right. Renee. Hey, Renee. What's up? Great to have you back. I'm glad you could make it. Okay. Now, Galactic Federation. I don't mean Star Trek, I mean the real one. But he had his quantum link going on too. The guy who made Star Trek, Gene Roddenberry, he definitely, oh, yeah. Shout out for sure. And welcome back, Christine. Thanks for coming in and listening, because this is mostly a talking point show, and I forgot to do the recording aspect. I need to try to figure that out. Whatever. I'm not talking about formatting right now. We'll talk about it later. So, talking about Galactic Federation. Now, I have some things I want to show here, and I have a picture that I want to show here that I did cover. Now, let me maximize the screen. So I'll just read it to you, right? Now, this is an older one. This is, oh, okay. Wow. I'm moving my mouse on StreamYard and it's moving here too. Okay. Hey, Rachel. OB2, what's up? Welcome back. Okay. Former Israel, let me just get this up. Former Israel space security chief says ETs exist and Trump knows about it. Now, I researched this quote from NBC News, right? Now, this is not a new quote. This was brought up uh, in the SALT conference, right? And that's what Amy was covering on. This is her show, right? This is a screenshot of her show. And let's see here. This is a screenshot of her show. It says Trump knows about it. Israel knows that Trump knows. Trump cannot talk about it. Israel can talk about what Trump talked about. That's a caveat right there. Yeah, me and Amy are having coffee. So, yeah, we got that's so cool that I got itchy. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, I looked up another article, right? And I will show it right there. I will bring up the article. Hold up, y'all. Hold up, y'all. And this is from, there are lots of articles about this, right? SALT Conference Alien Disclosure and former Israeli space guy, right? Hold up. I need to bring it up. Now, you know how this stuff is with StreamYard. You can't do anything easily. I'm going to share the screen right now and show the article I'm looking at. I'm going to maximize it. I'll just read it because I know it's hard to see on the screen, right? This is from 2020. This is 4 years ago. This is not, now it's December of 2020. And this is from Jerusalem Post, right? And look at that thing. What? Jerusalem, look at the top left. See? OMG, Jerusalem Post. OMG. Okay, thanks, Jerusalem. Now, this has been rehashed, right? Galactic Federation has supposedly been in contact with Israel and the US for years, but are keeping themselves secret to prevent hysteria until humanity is ready. I have to address this sentiment of to prevent hysteria, okay? Now, I am not sure they mean to prevent hysteria or if that's the way we are told that it's being presented to us. Because, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Apparently, yeah, I talk to people, and so many people have no clue about what's going on with all the disclosure stuff because it doesn't affect them. It doesn't affect them directly. I keep that's why I wear the shirts. I got it on my car. And okay, let me read through this a little bit, right? Now, this, keep in mind, this is from 2020, and this is the same guy, okay? And I wish I could play the audio, but it just won't work. Yeah. According to retired Israeli officer and current professor, now as of 2020, Haim Eshed, the answer is yes, but has been kept secret because humanity isn't ready. The hysteria part is just a piece of it, right? That's not the only answer. That's a piece of it. The other part is the other parts are that okay, I'm just gonna go through here, right? Speaking in an interview to Eshed, who served as the head of Israel's space program for nearly 30 years, as a three-time recipient. Okay, whatever. Explain that Israel and the U.S. have both been dealing with aliens for years. Yes, we have. We have been dealing with aliens for years. All you have to do is you can't look at the headlines. You have to read between the lines. Where did we get the IC chip? Where did we get laser technology? By looking at something that wasn't ours, human. Okay, 87-year-old, so he would be close to 91, if not 91 already. I would like to know what's up with him now, because this is 4 years ago. He gave, okay, further descriptions about exactly what sort of agreements have been made between aliens and the U.S., which ostensibly have been made because they wish to research and understand the fabric of the universe. The cooperation includes a secret underground base on Mars. I have questions where there's an American and alien representatives. Mars. We have been hearing about the 20 and back program for years. Dude did not make it up. He reported it and copyrighted it as his own, trademarked the 20 and back as his own. Come at me, bro. You didn't pull it. You didn't make it up. You're reporting it. Okay. If true, this will coincide with Trump's creation of the Space Force as a fifth branch. Unclear how long this sort of relationship has been going on between the U.S. and its reported extraterrestrial allies. I wouldn't want to. I want to say 1947, but you know, Roswell. But I'm pretty sure it was before that from Antarctica. Okay. And I'm pretty sure the United States was not the first ones. I'm pretty sure the Germans were in Antarctica. We can talk about that. Okay, Ashed insists that Trump is aware of them, that he was on the verge of disclosing their existence. Yes, he was. If you would look at some of the reported backroom talkings that happened, that he was stopped from it. Now, if you listen to only that, it says that he can't disclose that. It would ruin the nation. Now, there was more to it because Kennedy was involved as a factoid of it, a piece of it, piece of the disclosure, and mass hysteria. And okay, the off-worlders, I use the term off-worlders, says humanity needed to evolve and reach a stage where we will understand what space and spaceships are. This is in 2020, okay? Now, we do have a better understanding that space is not just a nuts and bolts thing. Remote viewing is the official thing, and it is official. Remote viewing is the official mental capacity. Then there's astral travel. There is communication, which I have participated in a couple times. Okay, once at their behest, once at my behest. Love that. And let's see. Today they're already talking. He added that today they're already talking differently. I have nothing to lose. I received my degrees and awards. I am respected. And okay, where the trend is changing. He has a book, The Universe Beyond the Horizon. Oh, okay. Oh, The Universe Beyond the Horizon, Conversations with Professor Ashed, along with other details of such how aliens have prevented nuclear apocalypses when we can jump in and visit the Men in Black. The book is now available for, it says NIS 98. I don't know what that is. You know what? I should look that up right now. Let's look that up. Haim Ashed. Copy. Let's find that. I don't know what you're looking at now. There we go. Hopefully you can, whoops. Hopefully it's a book. Oh. Come on, book. Okay. Yeah, $30 from Amazon. Let me see if what we're looking at here. Let me see what we're looking at here. Yeah, $30. It's on there. It's $30 on Amazon. Link, I'm not selling his book, but link will be in the description, right? So oh, wait a minute. No, that's not it. That is not it. That is not it. Haim. That is not the book. Sorry. Of course, it never works out. Haim Ashed. I said Ashed, right? Haim Ashed. Haim Ashed. Ashed. That's a different book. I'm sorry. What? Is this book gone? Is this book gone? The book is gone. The book, it's not on Amazon. Let's try Google. That's not good, y'all. Okay, it's in. Let's find out. I want to find out. You guys should want to find out too. Okay, link will be in the description once I figure where it is. And oh, am I going to be blocked? No, here we go. Okay, let's see. The Universe Beyond the Horizon. Is there one in English? Is there one in English? Come on, the page is loading. I'm sorry about this, but I want to make sure this gets put out there, right? Yeah, I want to make sure this gets put out there. And I don't know if there's an English version. Description. former space security chief, has claimed humanity has actually been in touch with aliens for years. I think I just read this, but says it's never been made public knowledge because humanity isn't ready. Haim, who is professor and former general, claims Israel and the United States have been. Didn't I just say this? Did they copy and paste over at? Yeah, I think he did. I think they did. And yeah, okay, well, I will find an English version. Shekels. I'm going to find an English version at a future point in time, and I will put the link in there. Let's see. Okay, I bet it's squelched. It's definitely squelched in English. It's definitely been squelched in English because there's no English translation. I'm going to have to find out, because whenever that happens, you can special order them made that way, but they have to have that mechanism in place. You know, wherever they publish, they have to have that mechanism in place. And okay, now the Federation apparently consists of a bunch of different people. Let me grab another book as another display. Okay, I was just talking to our Keith Andrews about the new version of this book. He should be done in a month, and then it should be printed in a little while. Link in the description to get this one. And he has a buy me a coffee web store. Now, I have been tasked to, well, not tasked, but I volunteered to go over this and say, now in here, there are, I want to say 62 different beings listed. Now, these are not, all right. Remember, this is self-published. Okay. So we got some stuff going on, right? It has apparently 62, but there are more than that. Just so you know, the people that I talked to, and they answered the hallway phone, which is, y'all, that's crazy. I love it. Is I can't remember how it's spelled. Click clap? It's a click clap, but I can't remember how it's spelled. Okay. It might be Chick Chock in here, but it's been updated. So the click clack is they're mantis based people. They're 8-9 foot tall, right? So also the coffee invitation is click clocks. Yeah. The coffee invitation is still open, right? For them to show up along with the men in black. Come on over. Well, I'll make coffee when you get here. I can't keep it hot all the time. Stuff costs money. So link in the description to buy this book. And I can't remember how it's spelled, else I'd bring up, there's no pictures in this, unfortunately. The new one will have pictures. And I'm going to suggest some edits on the descriptions on these things, because while this is a great reference book, it doesn't have the information that I was looking for. Okay. And it has some other, I would like to know social structure, as well as, it says in here, let's see, let me just pick one, right? Let me see here. Oh, here we go. Well, it just says here mantis, right? This needs to be updated because and this matches up with what I perceived. Like it says physical descriptions, which would be what I made out eventually, right? It has diet, but it doesn't say what they eat. It doesn't say where they farm. Do they farm? Do they gather? That's what I would like to know. It talks about the reproduction, how they reproduce, human designated nature. And this is done very zoologically. Okay. Human designated nature, insectoid, right? Government, monarchy, matriarchal. Okay. What about the ranks below those, right? Is it strictly pyramidal? Is it earned? Is it born into? Is it, can you get a promotion? I would like to know that. He asked, this is a kind of edit that I would like to know. Justice system. Okay. And I would like to know how these things are. It says breach number one, breach number two. And these guys are pretty black and white. According to this, when it comes to breach number one, work detail. Well, what is considered a breach, right? What is considered a crime that requires action when it's not a mistake or an oversight, right? And and then it says second breach termination. Now, what again? A little bit of an explanation because there's a lot of extrapolation that could be done from there. Like, oh, you stepped on my foot once, I'll write you up, right? And put you at work detail. What work detail, right? And you step on my foot a second time, I'm going to I kill you. What do they use? Do they use a knife? Is it hand to hand? Mortal Kombat? What is it? Spirituality. That's one. Belief in a higher entity, right? Source. How does this compare to what we do? I'm talking Christianity. I'm talking the different paganisms, right? Sorry, the different pagans. And notes. Here's where it could be much. It's going to take some typing, right? But it says notes, highly aggressive. Now, does that mean, what is that exactly does that mean? If I run into one in Walmart and bump him and he drops a can of beans, is he going to you know, put me on work detail or something? Or is it like, I want my coffee now? That kind of aggressive, right? Uh, and these guys are okay. I'm getting off on these guys, but I'm going off the rails on these. So I'm going to just a little bit, a couple more minutes, right? Highly aggressive, like I explained. Scientifically oriented. These samples must be analyzed now, or I will send you to work detail. Is that it? Or is that like not it? That needs to be explained out, right? Acorn shaped ships. A picture of a ship would be helpful, right? He asked me to go over what could I do to help. Okay, he's here. I hope. I hope it's him. I don't think that the trolls would know the name of it. Okay, it's not named this in here. In the first edition, it is named Mantis, right? And then you have also Chick Chock, which is also insectoid, but I think that was a different one, right? Because in here it's named Mantis, but I think at the time that you made this, you didn't know the name for it or you couldn't recall it. And the ships are acorn shaped. Okay, let's have more, maybe a picture of the ships, right? And it could be the line drawing, that's fine. So that's the kind of information, like diet vegetarian. Do they have farms, right? That's good, but do they have farms? Do they have, you know, do they rely on a sect of farmers that they have? Do they trade for it? Do they, involve in some kind of capitalism, not money, but goods and services, barter, right? So, yeah, I hope this has been like, there we go. There's some information for you. And I hope this is helpful, Keith. By the way, welcome back. Okay, yeah, Chick Chock is not like these guys. Chick Chock is xenomorph, right? Not gonna talk to those guys, right? Don't think those guys are interested in talking to us. So the click clack in here is named Mantis, And I hope that feedback helps, Keith. I'll write it up in an email. Okay. But that's that. Looking forward to the next version. I'm in line for it. So, yeah, Galactic Federation and group rules for themselves, meaning they have rules. There's a reason they haven't initiated first contact. Now, that dude, right? The scientist, what's his name? The mainstream scientist. He's always talking. What is his name? Jeez, Tyson. Tyson. What's his name? Help me out. Tyson scientist. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Okay. Neil deGrasse Tyson has said, I would play it here, but I can't play any video. With all the pictures, all the phones that we have, I have 2 of them sitting right here. Okay. I have 3 more dead ones down there and 2 tablets, all with cameras. With all the cameras out there and all the people saying they witnessed. Thank you. That's it, Dorothy. That's it, Neil deGrasse Tyson. He said this on a short, and it's on the video out there. You just look up Neil deGrasse Tyson in shorts, anything, and this will come up. Why don't we have pictures of them? Why don't we have reports of them? Oh, we do. Nobody believes us. If I was to go, let me just drive down to the NBC studio here in Nashville, ABC News, and tell them about it. They're gonna lock me out. Okay, if I tell them about the click clock where I made contact, they're gonna lock me out and call security. Okay, if I tell them about the cemetery, they're gonna they'll be more interested in a historical aspect, but they're still gonna lock me out because of the aliens. So what do? Neil, calling Neil out. Why don't we have evidence? Why don't we have reports? Why don't we have pictures? Nobody believes us. Everybody wants to take any kind of explanation and say, oh, it must be us doing something here. Let's look at South America, Peru, Argentina. Name a country in South America. They all have a slew of UFO reports. And I'm not going to quote a source on that. Google it. Say South America UFO reports. You will get page after page of them. Okay. And okay. Now this federation has rules for themselves. That's why they have not made first contact with us as a society, as a species. We are not ready. We got half of our Congress, maybe not half, saying aliens are demons. Give me a break. Demons are demons, okay? Demons are not aliens. They're not from outer space coming here in spaceships or even multidimensional, not off-earthers, off-worlders coming here, talking to us, and doing all kinds of stuff with us. They're not demons, okay? Oh my gosh. Yeah. And Lynn says, everyone, yeah, that's the propaganda. Ignore them. They're crazy. There's something wrong with them in the head. And yet we have stuff like this all over the place, right? And they have their rules, and their rules, Keith, this is going to be a big talking point, right? The Federation. Oh, and by the way, the SALT conference, let me just bring this one up too. Okay. I'm going to bring up some stuff. The SALT conference brought all of this back up. And oh, Renee, thank you. Renee has anteed up for the Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you so much, Renee. I do appreciate it. Shout out to Renee Andrews. Thank you so much. She says, anteed up. Says, Give me the aliens. No. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Did she put a note on there? Let's find out. I don't know. I've got to get over there. I wasn't planning on going to buy me a coffee. It doesn't happen very often. But I want to see if she put a note there, and I'll read it and shout it out. Heck yeah, of course I will. Because we're kind of a tight community. We're a little bit of a tight community, right? Oh, yeah. Keep it quantum. Hell yeah. Keeping it quantum every show. Thank you so much, Renee. I need coffee. Let me see. Can I? Okay. Oh, well, what can I do here? Pin to my page. It is pinned. Keep it quantum. Okay, let me get away from there. All right. Now I am going to look up. Oh. Now I did SALT conference ufology. I think I can't remember what words I used. Okay, let me look at marca.com. I don't know who these guys are. Right? I don't know who this is. And let's see here. I need to bring up share screen, application window. Okay, here we are. That's not it. Sorry. Hold up, y'all. You know how complicated this is. Mark. Oh, this must be it. Okay, I need to go back over there and click go away. What does this say? You can cookies. Yeah, sure, whatever. Okay, I don't know where Marca is, but it appears to be Spanish. U.S. Army Colonel reveals presence. Let me maximize that one and get over back to it so I can read it out. Army Colonel reveals presence of alien life on Earth. They've been here a long time. This is 4 days ago, right? Ignore this picture. That is not accurate, okay? The picture of the guy is who I'm talking about, not this picture of the... No, that's supposedly the gimbal. Okay, startling revelation is that only believed by the world's population when it said that by a high-ranking official from any of the most powerful world governments just took place in New York City during the summer of 2023. David Grush testified alongside 2 Navy pilots talking about possibly frightening subject alive with a lively debate ongoing in multiple platforms. Okay, that's talking about the gimbal, the Go Fast, and the other one. That same former official was supposed to speak on the same stage months earlier. Stanford tenured professor Gary Nolan. I'm not playing any videos here. It'll screw up the show. He is 100% sure non-human intelligence is real. See, okay, I believe this guy. I believe him. Let me get out of full screen so you can see me rant about it. I believe this dude, not this guy, but this guy too, right? And who did I just say? Nolan? Gary Nolan? Not this one. Let's go away here. Get back to it. Gary Nolan. I believe him because he's not allowed to say some things, but there's kind of sidestepping with information. You can't say you can't say exactly what it is, but you can roundabout way of saying it. And it's some cloak and daggery stuff. And unfortunately, we have to do that because of non-disclosure agreements. He is under one, right? He's definitely under one. And okay, hold on. This is interesting to me. I didn't see this. Only days after the famous conference in New York City that takes place every year, Grush announced Grush would be their speaker. An alleged schedule conflict was the reason he had to cancel his presentation. That's unfortunate. Yeah, he was told not to go there. So they brought in Colonel Carl Nell. Okay, let me just read it. Colonel Nell is a former government official who has even more sensitive information than David Grush. Also under NDA, okay? Now, this is what he is speaking, but I'm kind of with Rich on this one. Rich says, but it's not something in our hands. Here's the thing. Okay, we need something in our hands. Show us a picture of show me a picture of a landing gear that fell off a UFO. We got plenty of Boeing ones. Show us a one that came off of not ours, okay? He says, non-human intelligence exists. Non-human intelligence has been interacting with humanity. The interaction is not new and has been ongoing. That is Carl Nell. And hundreds of years, potential evidence he presented to, and now I recommend you go watch Aliengirl111, her show on this. She covered it extensively and I love it. It's great. Okay, there is zero doubt. Yeah, well, that's nice to repeat, Mr. US News, Marca.com. It's great to repeat it. We don't need that. We need. Great. There was a conference. He spoke. David Grush cut out because he was probably told not to go. Or maybe his Boeing airplane that he was supposed to ride in on fell apart because we're trying to use all this cheap human tech. Yeah. You know the Quantum Show, everybody. And so what else do I have saved up here? Let's just get me back on here and talk about it. Okay. Here we go. We're getting 37 minutes. Okay, we can do. Let's look at comments. The Greys have been manipulating us for years. I don't know that the Greys are acting by themselves. I think they're also being manipulated, or they are not manipulated, but being told what to do under somebody's control, right? Right. And Joe, welcome back, Joe. Testimony, which is a statement or declaration made by witness, does not inherently constitute proof. You're correct. It is not proof. I would like some proof for the people, not for me. I already have my proof. My proof doesn't have to be physical. Yeah. Was he the boss? I don't know. I'm not sure if he was the boss of Grush's boss. I didn't read the article completely. I read it right here with us right now. And okay, I'm seeing a time discrepancy but maybe I just don't know how to count. Okay. All right. Now, why haven't they made first contact? Well, Neil thinks they haven't. Tyson thinks they haven't. I think they have, but it's not through pictures. That has been in the propaganda. Don't believe it. It's fake. And Billy Myers made it even worse for everybody. Yeah, I'm calling on Billy Myers. He's pictures of hubcaps and tops of lanterns. You fake one, they're all in question. Okay. And yeah, I'm sure he has been in touch, but you don't have to embellish, right? This kind of thing is rampant in the academia. If something is found in archaeology and someone makes a copy of it to preserve the original, the copy is presented as a copy, but you have to have documentation stating this is a copy of an original, else it will be taken in as an original. And then if it's found to be made from plaster, then it's deemed a fake and the person who presented it is a faker. However, they did put forth that documentation at one point, but as it filtered out to the people, To the audience, they don't get the documentation. They only see the fake plaster thing. It happened to a Chariots of the God author, right? I can't remember that guy's name right now. He wrote Chariots of the Gods, Fingerprints of the Gods. I think maybe that wasn't his. Gold of the Gods. Eric von Daniken. He made copies because the originals he couldn't take with him. I am on the side of Eric von Daniken. Academia, archaeology says, oh, these are fake. He made these, but they left out the part that they're made from the originals. They're made copies of the originals. I'm going to invoke Bigfoot on this. Bigfoot does not have plaster shedding feet. They make copies of them, right? They make copies of an original print that is made. You cannot take the original with you because it's literally the ground or the snow. So, yeah. And I think what he's talking about is Thaddeus paradox. Yeah. Thank you, Tim. Thank you very much. And I believe, who are you referring to, Lynn? And, okay. Who are you referring to? He was sent for damage control. Where was I? Where were we when we're on this little plane now? But yeah, the Thaddeus paradox. You know what? I'm going to Google that for everybody so we know what it is, right? Okay, Theseus, I believe you mean, right? Is a thought experiment that raises a question whether an object that has hazardous component remains. Okay. Wait, this is different. What it says is, I will just put this. I will put this as a comment. This is not exactly what I was talking about, right? Okay. The ship of Theseus, also known as Theseus paradox, is a thought experiment that raises the question of whether an object that has had all of its components replaced remains fundamentally the same object. I don't mean this. I see where you're coming from. It means object. The last little bit means object. I see where you're coming from. Now, what this is, you make a copy of an original. If I get a painting, an original painting from someone, not a famous someone, and I take a picture of it and I make a high quality digital print of it, that is a copy. And the Theseus paradox is, if I have, let's use my car. I've been doing a lot of car stuff lately. Let's use my car. I have this Hyundai car. I replaced the tires. I replaced the transmission. I replaced a lot of parts on it. Is it fundamentally the same car? Is it? Now let's take a restorative job. I got a 70, let's say I got a 1970 Mustang. It came to me with a lot of the body gone, no windows, but a shell. Imagine a stripped down car, no wheels, no engine, no transmission. Now, as for accountability, you take that car and you take replacement parts, newly made replacement parts, and you put them on there. New engine, new transmission, new wires, new wheels, new glass. Is it fundamentally the same car? Now, as far as accountability goes, it has the same VIN number. Yes, it is the same car with replacement parts. However, those aren't going to act the exact same as the OEM, original equipment by the manufacturer, OEM parts, right? And it's not going to act within the same bracket of expectation, right? Like 1970, the tires were different. 1970, the gas was different. The intake was different. The engine was different. The transmissions were built differently. The glass was made differently. Okay. Higher temperature glass now. and the metal is made differently now. So is it the same car? According to numbers, it has a VIN number. It stayed the same. So for legal reasons, accountability reasons, it is the same car. However, now it has the spirit of lots of different manufacturers put in as far as accountability, because you save your documents when you do something like that. I do, and I'm working on a Topaz from 1991. So you save all your documentation. So the engine, let's say, came from an F350. It's a big block F350. It's a 390, but it was still, and it was like 5 years different. Is that the same kind of engine? No, it's the same general bracket of expectation, but it's not the same engine. So that's what that is. The Theseus paradox, right? That's replacement. Now, if I produce a brand new Mustang, if I produce a brand new car, according to, let's say, scans and tech specs of an original, that is not another Mustang. That is a reproduction of the Mustang. And Star Wars toys, right? People, let me just bring this out. This is going to take me a minute. Hang on. Oh, man, I didn't know we were going here. But that's the corner show for you, right? Okay, now I like this. I'm really enthusiastic about it, but I know this is like just me, okay? Now, I do toys, and some toys are very rare. Here's one that's not super rare, but the parts that I've replaced on them are kind of on the hard to find side. It's a little dusty, so give me a break here, right? Not a toy show, but it's relevant, okay? This is one of the Y-Wings that I have restored. I call this restored. I replace this. I replace this. I replace this. Here. The rails, the little stabilizers, I call them. Okay. The nozzle is original, but this is a replacement. Okay. This is not an original thing. Is it? But it has original parts. Is it authentic? It is authentic replacement. This is not, perfect. And look, I made guns for it. I made the little tips for it, but but they fell off and they kept falling off. I need to make more, but whatever, right? This this hatch did not have these little things in it, right? The original does. Okay. The original was made of plastic. I made this one out of metal. That's stainless steel. Oh God, you can really see the dust, can't you? Sorry about that. Hence the name, Dusty Plastics. But yeah, that is, now these are not original parts, but they are to spec. See, I can't take the camera to the car to show you what's been replaced on it. But now, no, that is not an all original thing, but it is the same thing. Know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, get your Swifter out quick. Those are replacement parts on an original thing. Not an all original thing, but they were broken. So when you have a broken machine, you repair it. And if you don't have original parts on hand, you fabricate more. That's what we do. If as a people. Okay, now I'm talking about, we're getting back to the evidence, right? If we have evidence presented to us, hey, Alien Girl is here. Welcome back. You walked in on the toy show. Great. Hey, look. I told him you were here. They didn't believe me. I told him, but here's the evidence. I have evidence. I have evidence. This is evidence in my hand. I have evidence in my hand. She's here. But talking about if evidence is presented, a person will try to say he made that. He faked it. Well, no one is going to show actual evidence because, first of all, it's super rare. Okay. The metamaterials that arts parts, they looked at them and said, oh, we can make this. Therefore, we must have made it with no trail of like, how did we make it? How did it come into production or possession? What's it made of? And they come up with what's it made of. And they also came up with what we cannot do yet. They had materials bonded to each other. I don't have the link here, right? They don't have materials bonded to each other in a process that we have to do it to. We can't put those materials together, right? Bonded as if one. Now, let's take an example. Aluminum. We can make aluminum. We've made aluminum a lot. If you take aluminum and you grind the surface up a little bit in a nitrogen atmosphere or an oxygen-free atmosphere, and you press it together, it will go together. It will meld itself. That is a bonding process. Take aluminum and you press it together. Not even hard, okay? Let's say just the pressure of your hand. This is something I've been wanting to do. Take a fish tank, get your glove things there going, put nitrogen in there, because liquid or carbon dioxide or something, and get out all of the oxygen out of it, displace the oxygen, push all the oxygen out, maybe some dry ice, that'll work. Push the oxygen out, put your aluminum in there, get a piece of sandpaper, put it in there too, sand it together. It's called cold welding. They discovered it in space. Press the aluminum together with my hand for like 20 seconds and see, does it bond together? I want to know, right? I want to do that on video. I want to show it on video, but I got to put the whole thing together. I don't have a shop or nothing. That's why I'm not doing a lot of work. But thank you. Yeah, I know. I don't need to do that right now. I know what you mean. Yeah. Nice mug. Heck yeah. I got one and I got the other one. The previous release. I've got the previous release also. But just because we can make something, people assume we did make it. These metamaterials and arts parts, they have no way to make them, right? I didn't know I was going to go here. I would have had a link or a story ready to go, but I didn't. Dang it. Okay, well, you know what? We're at 53 minutes, and there is something else I want to bring up. I think I've covered pretty well. The Galactic Federation is now mainstream. The SALT conference is there for everyone to see. I wish it was on Good Morning America. I really do. I wish they would put the SALT conference on Good Morning America, even if it's just in little pieces, and that general colonel comes out and they show him, just like Amy showed him. Amy, you and I are out doing Good Morning America. They're talking about toilet paper this way or that way, and they're talking about movie stars and what cars and fashion are, and we're talking about the nature of reality over here in the paranormal corner of YouTube. You know? So, Amy, we have outdone the morning shows of the mainstream muggles. Booyah! And gone over some of the groups and that they have rules for themselves, how we are being approached, why we're not being approached. I will discuss this more in panel. And also, I got to talking about there's more kind of networking. And I mean networking. I'm talking crystal network, right? Talking crystal networking. You can get you a piece of crystal. learn to meditate the correct way. We'll talk about it in panel. And you can establish a crystal network. You can give someone a crystal pendant. You just have to meditate on your network. Oh, it's so complicated, but it's so simple too, right? And that makes me think, that makes me go over to, I had a thing happen. You know, you get these little flashes of insight when you are in the mind space that we're mostly in here. And you have these little flashes of insight about where things come from, how things work, and facts that you don't know are facts. It's from previous life, previous alternative existence, whatever, right? But it's there. And it could be collective subconscious, whatever, could be that. But the crystal skulls, I'm going to make this a comment and put it up, because this is something I'm going to be talking about. The crystal skull, I had this factoid put up to me in the middle of nowhere. I was at work and I wrote it down on a sticky note in the other room on my laptop. I've been looking at it for over a month. The crystal skull is a network interface. It is a computer interface for humans to use to access whatever's on the other side of it. Why is it in the shape of a skull? Because it is for humans. It is for humans. I imagine it's like part of a library. It was found in an Incan ruin, I believe. I'll bring something up for the other one. I did not meet Lord Pye. I did not meet Lloyd Pye. Did not meet him. I wish I had. Talking about the Benson Hedges Mitchell skull. I did not get to meet him. So this crystal skull, well, here it is. I meant to do this, right? Is the Hedges Mitchell. Oh my god. You could tell an hour's already gone by. I don't know where this came from. It's a network interface, is a computer interface for us with our whatever mental abilities humans have, to use it to talk to the rest of everything, right? I don't know what the rest of everything is, whatever is on the other side of that interface, okay? And you know, if you get on a phone, now when I say interface, hello Tim. I'm saying hello Tim. In a protocol, Tim is on the other side of this network. He is speaking to me. Hello Tim. Hello Nate. I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone too. Right? This would be the crystal skull. This would be the crystal skull. This would be the network interface that I'm using to talk to the other side. He is on the other side of that. On the crystal skull, however, that's different, right? It's a different network. It's the same idea, same concept. You take your network computer and you communicate to whatever's on the other end of that. It doesn't have to be one, it can be several, but in this case, me and Tim were talking on the phone one-on-one, right? And hey, Carolina Girl 344, welcome back to the, I think I remember your name. Yeah, welcome back to the Quantum Show. Tim's, I got you, but you're way out of my network right now. Yelling at a skull. I need a skull to yell at. I need a skull to yell at. All I got right now to yell at, and I don't really want to yell at because is Chopper here. It's all I got. But that's fitting. But he's all I got right now. Chopper. Oh, you don't want me yelling. I need to get a skull to yell at. That's a good idea. Love it. Love it. Yelling at a skull. I love it. But yeah, this crystal skull is I don't know where this came from. And I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget because I knew I would. And I just learned to study like that. You write stuff down, it like imprints it in my memory. I write stuff down, it imprints it on my memory. And it's a network interface. And the reason it's shaped like a skull is because it's for humans. There is no mistaking a human skull for any other thing, what it is. And it's like a fingerprint, a galactic fingerprint. Who else has human skulls other than humans? Nobody. We have them. Here's one. Got one. There's a couple floating around here somewhere. They're all attached to their owners at the moment. But I don't know where that came from. It just came out. And I was like, huh, I should write this down. I'm so glad I did. Because I've been writing things down as they happen. And it's good. It's good because I forget things, you know? I mean, and a lot of stuff happens. Quantum reality. It's where this show came from. All right, y'all. Yeah, I'm going to get a skull. Halloween is coming. They're going to be at Dollar Tree. I'm going to get me a skull. Nice big plastic skull. I want a cartoon skull, though. But here we go. I don't want an alien skull because, well, if they want to talk to me, they know how to get in touch with me. They know how to get in touch with her, too. So, all right, everybody. That has been the first hour soliloquy talking about the ufology, disclosure. This has been the 7th show I'm dedicating to ufology and disclosure. The Galactic Federation is now mainstream. It definitely is. All you got to do is go pay attention, and it's there. Everybody, thanks. I want to say thanks to everyone. Carolina Girl, LA Moon, Tim Stafford, Dorothy, Joe, Renee, and let's see, Aliengirl111. Amy came by. Thank you so much. Nikki Starchild in the house. Dorothy Hawkins. Let me see who else was here. I got a lot of lurkers too. Hi to the lurkers. Hit like and subscribe because you're just as quantum as everybody else. But except you know it and you realize it. That's how you ended up here. Because like Amy says, how did you get here? Quote, how did you find yourself here? I'm not going to, that's Amy. That's Nikki's thing. I'm not going to rip it off. It's like, you're here because you're quantum. Some quantum thread, quantum link, you might say, has brought you here. And that's how you got here because you're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be here on the Quantum Show, participating, watching, learning. And this is what we do at the end of every show. Me and Amy both do this. We start pushing buttons. That's what we do. We're pushing buttons, pushing buttons, pushing buttons. Keep it quantum. Hit like and subscribe. Thanks, everybody. We're pushing buttons, pushing quantum buttons.